What is the margin of error on body fat tests? Watch this.
Our first caller is Melanie from Idaho.
Hi, Melanie. How can we help you?
Hi, guys. First, I wanted to say thank you so much for all of your content that you put out. You guys have changed my life, like, for the better. You really taught me what I want in, like, a husband and who I want to be as a mom when I finally become one. So I just really want to say thank you all so much for all of your hard work and everything that you do.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So I guess I'll just read my question as I sent it in. I started MAPS Anabolic. I'm currently in phase 3. I actually just technically finished it last week, and I'm starting Performance today. I did an in-body scan last week, and I found that I had lost 0.7% body fat and actually 0.7% muscle mass as well. So an equal amount. And I wasn't quite sure what I had been doing wrong because my calories are still, technically they're a little bit lower than they used to be. I used to eat around 4,000 to 4,500 calories, and now I'm at 30 to 30, I would say. So I thought I was still kind of in a caloric surplus, but I guess not as much as I thought that I had. So really, I'm curious, is it normal to lose the muscle mass as well, or did I just completely do something totally wrong and just set myself back?
You did nothing wrong. In fact, I love this question. Here's why. This is a wonderful example of what a terrible idea it is to rest your laurels on body fat tests and scans, because you're saying 0.7 and 0.8. The margin of error, is like 3%. So it means literally nothing.
Yeah.
Now, what you want to look for when you do those tests are trends. Is it going down every week, or is it going up every week, or is it up and down every week, in which case it might be.
The next test will matter more than that test.
Right, and then the one after that will matter even more. So what we want to do is look at other things to kind of figure out what's going on. The best measurement would be strength. Are you stronger now than when you were when you first started?
I'm technically stronger in a sense that my endurance is a lot better, which is why I really like MAPS Anabolic, because I feel like I can go so much longer than I used to. Another problem that I kind of run into is that my job is super taxing. I work at 3 in the morning to 3:15 in the morning, so I have to wake up at 1:15 every morning.
Whoa.
So I just actually, when I used to work out 4 days a week and going down to 3 days a week, it really helped a lot to be able to actually last for an hour and a half workout. So I'm stronger in a sense that I can definitely keep going for an hour and a half, and it feels pretty good.
Okay.
But my are pretty much the same that they used to be.
Okay. If you feel like you're better and more fit, then you did get stronger. Although it sounds like you're doing the 3-day-a-week version of MAPS Anabolic.
Yes.
Yeah, I would even try the 2-day-a-week based on, because the job that you have, night shift, puts tremendous stress on the body. I mean, tremendous. The data on it is pretty interesting. Like all cause mortality and health risks go up regardless of lifestyle, just from working at night. And that really highlights the stress that it places on the body.
Besides work and working out, are you doing anything else?
Like as far as like my lifestyle, I guess.
Yeah, cardio, sports. Are you doing anything else? Or are you just lifting weights and work?
Yeah, just lifting weights and work. I work 2 jobs and I go to school. So I used to do a lot more cardio, but since I mainly just focus on my steps now. I get at least 10,000 a day without even trying with my job. So I really just kind of leveled out, and I'm just focusing on strength right now.
Okay.
That's good.
The other thing I'd like to point out, because you kind of broke up when you said this, so I want to make this clear. You're eating 3,500 calories a day. Are you tracking? Is this accurate?
Yes. Yeah. I've been tracking every day for over a year now.
Wow.
And my is at around 155, 160 at least. So I try to keep up on that.
Yeah, because 3,500 calories
That's
for
impressive. That's
a young lady like you is phenomenal.
Yeah.
A cut would be quite easy from this point, although I would recommend you stay where you're at and continue to try to build strength just to make it even easier to sustain later on. But the fact that you're at 3,500 calories and obviously, you're doing okay, That's amazing. I that's a goal. I'm always trying to get women in the 3,000 range. 3,500 is quite a bit.
Yeah, it's incredibly impressive to be up there. And you said you used to eat 4,500, which blows my mind. That's incredible. And there is this possibility. So if you do the body fat test, let's say another month from now, and then a month from now after that, and you see this similar trend going, maybe you're cutting your calories too much right now. But other than that, I would hang out where you're at. You're at a good place right now. And I think that what you'll see is, I think that the next test, you'll probably see more positive numbers or in the right direction, and you should be okay. But if for some reason you head down this trend where you're losing muscle at the same rate or faster than body fat, then you potentially could be in too much of a cut, which sounds crazy to think at 3,500 calories, but that's possible depending on how much you're moving.
Yeah. And you just finished MAPS Anabolic, right?
I did, yes.
I think a good follow-up, considering your schedule, would be MAPS 15 and do the advanced version. So basically you're going to the gym most days, but you're only doing about 2 lifts. So you're in and out in like 20 to 30 minutes, essentially. And it's a daily workout. But I think that your body would probably like that over any other program that we have. And I would predict that you're going to see some strength gains from doing something like that.
I agree.
Okay. And should I be concerned at all? When I did the body scan, it said that I'm now at 16% body fat. Is that, I know I don't want to go any lower than that, and I'm not purposefully trying to get into the teens, but is that at all concerned, do you think?
Yeah, that's not accurate.
I don't think that's accurate.
No.
That's really
16 is really
that's like
low.
competitor on stage.
Let's
like
get into
lean.
that level. I think you need to not do that. Whatever scan it sounds like. Okay, so you did an electronic impedance scan, right? So where you grab the handles and it tells you where you're at. Okay.
Did you go somewhere to get that done? Like, did you go to like a supplement store that had it or something? Where'd you go?
No, I went to my gym. They offer it with the membership that I have, so I do it every 3 months.
Okay. And then are you consistent with like the time of day and like what? Because ideally you want to do those like first thing when you kind of get up and no water, no food, no anything in you, and stay consistent with that. Were you able to do that?
I was not. I was able to kind of stay in the time frame. I've done it in the morning around 10:30.
Yeah.
But last time I did it, I did eat before I went.
Yeah, you
Are
should
there
try.
any trainers there that could do like calipers for you just to get a comparison?
Oh, I actually haven't asked. That's actually a really good idea to do that.
Yeah, I would do calipers. And if you do calipers, have the same trainer test you each time because there could be a little bit of difference in how they do it. DEXA scan is another option. But don't
get hung up.
Don't get hung up on like a single measurement.
Yeah,
You're looking for
for
trends.
Especially if you feel good, you're happy where you're at, you're eating the amount of calories you're eating. I mean, you're in a really good place. That
Clothes are fitting good. All that.
I wouldn't want you to change much, but
That's off.
I definitely think that you want to. It could make a huge dip. By the way, like eating before and water or liquid before.
You can change it by 4%.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've manipulated. I've actually intentionally tried to see how much I can mess with it within the same day, and I've actually moved the thing 3 to 4% within 2 hours of just making sure I consume and then drink. Yeah, so they can be manipulated quite a bit. So if you weren't exactly the same, if you weren't hydrated exactly the same and fed the exact same way on one test as the other, it could really throw these things off.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. That's really good to know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing you could do is you could do circumference measurements on yourself and measure
Waistline.
Waist, upper thigh, upper arm, hips, and then just look and see the trends and how they're moving. That's another option. And then finally, really it's just how you feel. Like, do I feel good? Am I strong? How's my metabolism? How's my skin? How's my hair? How's my sleep? How's my health? And those they're more subjective, but I like paying attention to those because we can get so hung up on weight or body fat percentage that we start to make decisions that aren't the best for us because, like Adam said, we can manipulate them.
You're 5'10", 148. You're great. You look great. We can see you. You look great. You're eating 30. You're eating 3,500 plus calories. You're 5'10", 148. You're in a really good place.
Yeah.
I mean, I think literally I'd actually probably not want you to focus too much on these numbers. It's like, let's talk about optimizing your sleep. Let's talk about how school's going. Let's talk about how work is going.
Yeah.
Like, how's your strength? Like, that's the stuff I'd be talking. I think you're in a great place.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Would you also recommend going back to 5x5 training? Because that's kind of the training that I tend to gravitate towards, and I tend to gain at least 5 pounds of water weight when I do that, and I feel good on it. Right now, I feel pretty flat, I would say. I know I've heard Adam a lot. I just feel deflated at the moment. So I don't know if it's because I've been doing hypertrophy and if going back to the...
No, that's the cut in calories.
Yeah, but
that's the cut in so that's calories, right? So when you cut 1,000 calories out of your diet, you're depleting the muscles of glycogen. If the muscles have a bunch of glycogen, they're going to be filled out and more bubbly looking, and you're going to feel like you don't look that flat look. And so it's very normal to feel like that because you're cutting calories.
It's also easy to misunderstand the volume in MAPS Anabolic Phase 3. Phase 3 is supersets, high reps. Even though it's only 3 workouts a week, it's a lot of volume. And it might be too much. It might be too much for considering your lifestyle and what you're doing. So I'm going to send you MAPS 15.
And you get the 5x5 in there too.
Yeah,
so
do the advanced version, okay? Do the advanced version of it. You'll be in the gym most days, and you'll spend about 25 to 30 minutes in there. And based off what you're saying, I'll predict that you're going to see some good strength gains with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. This has helped immensely. So much. Thank you.
You got it.
Awesome.
Thanks
You
for
have a good
calling in.
one.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.
You too,
Either
sweetheart.
Yeah, either when she opened, it was a compliment, or the opposite when she's like, "You showed me what kind of husband I want." So it's either the opposite of us or like us.
She left us hanging there. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like what do you mean by that? So, she's 30. If she's accurate at 3,500 calories,
That's
at
crazy.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's great.
That's awesome.
I mean, and she's 5'10". She's a tall girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And 148. I mean, she's
at the right body
25
weight.
years old,
Yeah.
eating 3,500 to 4,500
She's doing
calories.
great, healthy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't really want her to get hung up on any of this stuff
No,
whatsoever.
but yeah, when she was talking about the 0.7, 0.8, like the God with in body, the
know.
margin of error is crazy.
It varies so much.
And when she said 16%, like no, that's definitely
Well, and then she also said she ate. I mean, that one of them she didn't, the other one she didn't. I mean, that's enough
It's a
right there.
big-
That's enough right there to
big
manipulate the
factor.
thing several percent, much
Yeah.
less a point something percent. So yeah, she's doing good.